Or just say something like, strawberries! I'm Yungblud on Enemy.
You got that?
Hello, how are you?
You alright? Hi, I'm Andrew Trundle. You're watching Enemy. We're Yungblud.
Hello, bruv, how are you?
Good, mate. How are you?
Very well, man. Glad to be here.
Are they keeping you busy?
Oh, always, man. Always busy as a bumblebee.
Yeah? So how's life? Because you came here first when you were Hot 100. Was that 2018, 2017?
Yeah, man, that was crazy. I can remember, like, we had that, like, mad shoot, and every band was like, hello.
Yeah.
Like, because you always see each other at festivals and stuff, we're like, hello, mate, how are you?
Yeah.
Good to see you. It's been a year. All that jazz.
Just carousel of madness since then?
Yeah, man. It's been, like, bonkers. I can't believe it. It's just, like, everything's just been spiralling.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy.
And what was it like birthing 21st Century Liability? I've never said that out loud before.
21st Century Liability. Yeah, I had to practice it in the mirror, man. It was good, man. Like, I couldn't believe the reaction so instantaneously. Because that record was to kind of just say, like, hello, I'm here. To kind of the world, if you like. And as I said, the response to it has just been so mental. And what's so crazy is I'm only kind of seeing the momentum right now. And it, like, came out, like, 8 months ago. Do you know what I mean? And I think, I don't know, man, it was just a record that I wanted to put out and just help me obtain and build this community of people around what Yungblud is. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted to do with it. That was the goal of it. It was to connect to as many people as I could in a way that was real and ain't just like, these are catchy pop songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because I was saying, you have a very, let's use the word dedicated and devoted kind of fan. Is there a name for Yungblud fans?
They call themselves a Black Arts Club because I've got like 2 Black Art tattoos on my fingers.
Good. Yeah.
And that, how that came about, it was weird. I remember literally getting these tattoos in America. And I remember I just was like, I've always wanted them. And what they represent is like, on my right hand there's a broken Black Heart, on my left hand there's a full Black Heart. And this represents me before I kind of figured out it was alright to be myself. Yeah. And this is kind of like the essence of what Yungblud is, if you like. All my life I felt quite misunderstood because of my personality. Do you know what I mean? No one could put my personality in a box. People love to put things in boxes. You know what I mean? They just love to tie them in a box with a little bow. And I didn't necessarily fit in, you know what I mean? It's like, you belong in that box over there, and then you belong to the left, and you belong 3 rows fucking 4 along. Do you know what I mean? And I belonged in 7 boxes.
Yeah.
And I had a really hard time kind of figuring out where I was, and it wasn't until I started writing and started connecting with kind of people who thought in a similar way to me, like my fan base, was that I got this, you know what I mean? I got this.
Yeah.
And it's on my left, because I'm left-handed as well. So I got it on my left hand, so this kind of represents who I am and who I was. You know, so that's what they're called. Yeah. Black Arts Club.
So it's a very intense 2-way relationship, yeah?
Yeah, man. As I say, I wanted to defeat the barrier between a fan base and a singer or a musician, because I don't want there to be any hierarchy. I don't want to be like, oh, I'm on stage, I'm going to sing some songs in Europe down there and have no say. You know what I mean? I want it to be a community. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, this community is a bunch of people who feel like it wasn't alright to be themselves, but in this place you are allowed to be yourself. You know what I mean? And you are allowed to be free, man, because to me, man, that's what music in general entails. It's freedom. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's expression and having the confidence, the undeniable confidence to express yourself in a way that you think is right. You know, I think that was really cool.
With the first album, a lot of what you read and what you might see online will be first impressions. Yeah. First impressions are often wrong.
Yeah, it's so funny, man. Of me, everyone's always like this little... Yungblud, the best one I got is Yungblud, he's just a mouth. It's like just a mouth, a big fat mouth.
Oh, that Instagram filter where it's like...
Yeah, exactly, that is me. And it's just so funny because people do look at me like that. And that is, to be honest, man, that is what the biggest misunderstanding about me as an artist is, that I'm just a bratty, gobby idiot. And it's almost a bit of a misunderstanding about our generation, because we are so intelligent. We're a bit like that. because we know what we want, we know what we stand for, we know what we have to say, we know how we feel about things, and we're not afraid to express them. And kind of what 21st Century Liability is, it's like, the statement is that maybe we're not just liabilities, maybe we're not just gobby brats. Maybe if you listen to us, you might actually be surprised.
Yeah. Billie Eilish said a very similar thing. We interviewed her the other month because she was talking about how everyone's just like, oh, you're just a fucking 18, 19-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, it's like, what do you know?
Yeah, but no one else is speaking for them, are they? So,
and that's at the end of the day, man, it's like, yeah, we're young, and yeah, but we have access to so much information. That's what makes us different from any other generation that's come before us. Like, someone asked me a question the other day, I was like, what's the difference between your kind of punk and the Sex Pistols or the Clash? Like, what makes you different? And I was just like, I was a bit like, oh, I had to kind of look into me, like, second shelf to the back of my head, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To answer that. And I, in my opinion, I believe that we are different because we have access to so much more information, and we have a platform what we can shout from so instantaneously.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I say, like, if 1,000 young people got outside Westminster and we're saying, and we're shouting something and we're going, blah, blah, 60 years ago, that might not make the news. That might not make anything because people could hide it. People could shelve their opinions and shelve what they had to say. But nowadays, I can just put something on Twitter that I think's wrong, or I think's right, or I think's happy, or sad, or whatever. I can express myself, and the whole world can see it. It's almost like everyone's a celebrity. You know what I mean now? And that's the difference between our generation, because we read it, we're immersed in it, so we genuinely know what we're talking about a lot of the time. Yeah. More so than anyone else, really. You know what I mean?
And is that kind of reactive state to this horrible horror show we find ourselves living in, is that feeding into your new material?
100%, man. That's literally it, man. It's. I have such faith in my generation because we see this. If you ask someone 10 years ago, are you interested in politics? They go, nah, man, that's well and cool. But we have to be interested in politics because look what's going on. Do you know what I mean? Nowadays, we have to be clued up in it. We have to think about it. We have to think. In the 21st century, people think it's wrong to think. It's like, can I just have a second to think? They're like, what? Yeah. Why do you want to think? Just do, man. And I'm like, we have to be involved in this, and we have to be smart for survival, so everything doesn't go to shit. You know what I mean? And that's kind of a big essence, you know, into my music as well. Like, remain informed. I'm not going to tell you what to think because I'm not Gandhi or I'm not Mother Teresa. You know what I mean? I've not got a towel on my head going, come on, you know what I mean? It's like, I am just me, and I just know what I think, and all I'm going to do is encourage you to say what you think. Yeah, exactly. You know? Just the thinking, because what always annoys me is when right-wing gammons get on Twitter and they go, shut up, you're just a rock star. I was like, you wouldn't say that to a plumber. You wouldn't go, stop sharing your... fix the pipes, crack on. Shut up, you're just a rock star. And at the end of the day, man, like, all I'm spreading is my version of punk music, if you want, ain't to divide people. It's to unify people, because that is what I believe. I believe whatever your religion, whatever your fucking sexual orientation, whatever colour your skin is, wherever you belong in the fucking world, if you want to walk down a street dressed as fucking, I don't know, Pac-Man, because you believe that you are Pac-Man, then be fucking Pac-Man. Do you know what I mean? Like, that is what I want to spread, like, unify each other, support each other to be who you are, because that's what's sick. You know what I mean? No matter what walk of life you come from, you're welcome at a Yungblud show. Yeah. Because in this community, man, it's sick. Like, because the show is just like an hour of just bouncing and just feeling like we are ourselves and you can't fucking touch me. And that's sick. That is sick. And that's like, I got emotional the other night because I remember looking into the audience and I seen literally a kid in, like, he looked like bucket hat, glasses, button up Fred Perry. I was like, he used to take the piss out of me for having long hair on stage, and he was crying his eyes out. And it made me cry.
Yeah.
Because I was like, do you know what? This is all I've ever wanted, is to connect to people I would never normally have anything in common with. But I do have something in common with. That search and need to be accepted. You know what I mean? That want to be accepted for who I am. If I'm in a fucking Fred Perry top, if I'm in a dress, if I've got makeup on, if I've got a burqa on, if I've got whatever I wear, whatever I am, whoever I am accepted. That's just a need. Do you know what I mean? We're screaming out for it.
That was a fucking good answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
I know you talked about how that was shaping your new material. I mean, how is progress on like the next?
Sick, man. I'm buzzing. I'm nearly ready. I'm nearly there on it. As I say, like, I never wanted to wait around. I think I admire hip hop artists because they drop so much music. Because like today, man, we consume so much information so quickly. Like, I don't want to be waiting 2 years to put another record out. Like, what's different is the first album I had 19 years of my life to absorb all this information and put out what I thought. It was all about me. Do you know what I mean? And the more and more the album got digested, the less and less it became about me. The more and more it became about us. And the more and more the new materials about the stories I've heard, us. My fans are so cool. Because they teach me stuff. You know what I mean? It's a two-way street. It's always 50-50. Like, I'm like, wow, man, I never thought like that. That's why I always try and meet as many as I can all the time, because that's how I stay informed and I'm not bothered at, like, relevance in the world, that's amazing and that's so amazing, but I love my community. I'm just bothered about making sure they're happy and inviting new people in. That's what I want to do. And a lot of the new materials are like about the stories I've heard from them, the things that they have gone through. And I literally thought this the other day, like, when someone said to me, oh man, you've saved me, you've really, like, I was like, nah man, I ain't saved you. You saved yourself. Do you know what I mean? My music's just been a little bit of sugar on top, or a little bit of a turning point. I would see it as a crossroad. Do you know what I mean? My music just put a fork in the road and did that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You chose to go, do you know what? I feel better about myself. Do you know what I mean? That's important to me. So new music, I'm excited to release it. I can't wait, because again, typical, it's like me. It's just nuts. 5 different genres in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to ask where it takes you sound from.
As I say, like, with it, man, like, obviously, it's still very British. Still a lot of, like, Britpop influences. There's a lot of hip-hop influences. Like, to be honest, man, there's a gospel track coming.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. As I say, like, I love music. I love taking influence from all different walks of life, so, and just why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Like, if I love it, then I'll put it out. I always ask myself 3 questions, like, do I love it? Could anybody else sing it? And does it contain a bit of magic? And if, like, no one else could sing it, I love it, and it contains magic, then I'll release it. You know what I mean?
And how's it been with 11 Minutes kind of taking on a life of its own as well?
Yeah, dude, like, I couldn't believe that. That was such a special record, because it came together so organically. Like, I remember literally grabbing a drink with Halsey just to talk about music initially. Like, it's so rare to do that, because a lot of artists were so consumed in our art and not letting anyone else near it. You know what I mean? It was just kind of so dope to just go, like, do you want to just grab a beer and just talk about stuff? Because she was so clued up, man. She's done it, and she's built a fan base that I admire. She's always remained in contact with the fans. She's always remained loyal to them. She's always put them first. And that was what I really loved about her as an artist in the pop music world, alternative pop music world. And because she isn't that, she's totally against that. She behaves like, I don't know, like Joe Strummer or something, do you know what I mean? Which is sick. And we just got talking, and like had a couple more beers went down, and then I told her about an idea I was writing 11 Minutes, this record. And she said it reminded her of a brand new song. Do you remember Brand New? That like literally like new email wave band, and she said it reminded me of a song called Limousine. And I was like, why don't we? And then we were like, why don't we do it together? got in a studio in LA, writing, recording it, and I was like, man, it's just not energetic enough. It needs to sound like Blink-182 or something. And she was like, oh, just text Travis Barker.
Just getting around.
I was like, what? And he just comes in the studio, and that record is literally all three of us in the room.
Yeah.
And it has like, I just wanted to make a commercial song with guitars in it.
Yeah. At no point was that a head fuck being like, it's Travis Barker.
Dude, of course it was absolute head fuck. I was like, my head is fucked. I was like, I'm pissing myself, thinking about pissing myself when he walked in the room.
Yeah.
It's like 13-year-old me was like, but then inside I was just, on the outside I was like,
yeah, man, yeah.
All right, Travis. And 13-year-old me, I was like, ah! To be honest, probably on the outside I was like, ah! And it was sick. It was just insane. He did it in one take.
Yeah.
So that record is us three in a room. That's what you hear.
Have you got any more kind of dream collabs?
I don't know, man. I think if anything comes along, there is some, like, I've been working with some people that I'm excited about.
But you can't tell us.
But no, absolutely not. No. But if anything comes along, then if something's magic and there's something's, I never have a schedule. I never am like, right, I'm going to put this out in 3 months and then I'm going to do this and it's all very musical. I'm like, whatever, just drop it. I'm like, I want to release this now. Can we release this in 2 weeks? And my label like, and I'm just like, sick, let's do it, make it happen.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think that's the time now, you know, instead of it, if it's right, if it feels magic, if it feels right, and if it feels like no one else could sing it, then I'll put it out there.
Yeah. And what are your summer plans looking like? We're going to see.
Loads, man. Festivals all across Europe and the UK and America and everywhere, to be honest. I'm like, woo! I'm buzzing. Reading and Leeds is going to be mad. I can't believe it. It's like main stage. I'm like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Which is dope. And then, like, November tours nearly, like, it's selling out already. And I'm like, what? Which is crazy. And I can't believe we're going for Brixton.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I spoke to my agent, I'm like, it's nearly there. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because Brixton's the last step before arenas, isn't it? So.
Yeah, and I'm just like, wow. Do you know what I mean? Like, we literally went from Electric Ballroom last week to Brixton in 6 months and it's almost sold out. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, man. I'm like, sick!
I like it. The first time a band plays Brixton, you see them, they step up to the mic and the first time they say, even in Brixton, I'm like, oh shit, that was good.
Yeah, no, dude, it's just, I'll probably just walk on and be like, can I say this 3 times, please? Because I'm like, it was so weird, man. As a kid, I was like, if I play Brixton, I've done it. Do you know what I mean? You always kind of do that. I remember seeing, like, so the Arctic Monkeys in Sheffield, and you look at, like, O2 Academies and stuff like this, as like, I was literally, like, fake ID, pint of Carling, sticky floor in an O2 Academy in the UK. That was literally where I would go to gigs and come out with my shirt half ripped, soaking wet. Like, that was just all I wanted. And now we're kind of doing that. And your trajectory changes. You kind of have to pinch yourself and go like, 13-year-old Dom is screaming right now. And that's sick, man, because I just feel so grateful. And I say that every night. Like, right now, it's me and my 2 best mates singing about what we believe in. That's it. Nothing more. And if it ever changes from that, then we're in really big trouble. And that's I think what's so special about it, and that's why I think we connect with our fans and love our fans so much, because I never want to be anything different from them. I am not different to you. I am not different to you at all. I'm just a fucking young person right now. When I'm 45, I'll be an old person, but I'll just be probably just as scared.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm exactly the same as you. I write music, you know, because in the same way you listen to music to escape. That's why I do it. You know what I mean? And that's a bond that ain't ever going to be broken for me, I think. And to be honest, what's so special about being on stage is that you leave a part of your soul up there every night that's different but similar. It's odd, I can't explain it. Like, you kind of go like, this is a different feeling. And I've learnt something new about myself tonight, but it feels like deja vu.
Yeah, yeah.
It's crazy, you know what I mean? Because every crowd reacts differently.
Yeah. But
the same. I know it sounds fucking almost a little bit pretentious, like what a wanker. But I'm like, no, it's literally that. It's like everybody is different, but it's just so similar. It's odd.
And do you have any plans to do a kind of epic homecoming gig. Like, has Halsey
Yeah,
been
man,
to Doncaster?
I want to do Donny Down, man.
Yeah.
It's just like everyone just waiting for the right time and just the right routing and when you can get the venue and blah blah blah. Just because obviously like internationally stuff's kind of so amazing. Like because of the internet, like and because of the way young people are. Young people are the same in every country now. Like young people right now don't just care about their country, we care about the sake of the world. And it's so sick to be able to go to countries worldwide. I just got to see when I can get back to Donny, man, for Donny Down.
Yeah, I saw my first gig at Donny Down.
Did you?
Yeah, 2001, Muse supported by 100 Reasons. It was fucking sick.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember
it's not even on YouTube.
I remember seeing, oh man, what's he called? Can't even remember now. I remember seeing, he said, love you, boy, I love you so.
Oh,
he said, I
Plan
love
B.
you, baby. Plan B!
Plan B.
I remember seeing Plan B at Donny Dome.
Yeah.
And it was sick. I went along with my mate. That's why I don't remember him, because I like Plan B, but I wasn't like a fan, and I knew that song.
Yeah.
And then I just like went along with my mate and had a great time.
Other than that, do you prefer the Rapids or that ice rink with the ramps going
Oh,
down?
absolutely, man. Ice rink was good, but I nearly cut my finger off, so I got
It's
a bit
dangerous,
of
man,
trauma.
those ramps, yeah.
Dude, those ramps and you're just like coming down, but nah, man, Donny Dome, like the swimming pool, the big snake.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
get scared of, but you go back when you're like 17 and get in it. It's like, oh, this is tiny. It's like when you're 13, you're like, don't know if I can do it. It's like lining up at Alton Towers, isn't it? You're just like, oh, but then when you're 21, you're like, oh, is that it?
Yeah. Has Halsey been to Doncaster yet?
No, she's not been there yet.
I mean, Donny Dome, place to be.
Yeah, Donny
You're going to
Dome.
get sponsored by Donny Dome.
Yeah, Donny Dome, man. Like, yeah.
Sweet, mate, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, man. I love that.
Cheers, mate.
Rock and roll star.